Hello, everyone. This video will provide a walkthrough of the application process for the master's degrees in library science and information communication technology, and for those of you coming back as external certification students for school library media. If you are applying to a program other than those just listed, please contact that program for instructions. All right, let's get started. A quick way to access the application portal is from the graduate school's website, which is gradschool.uky.edu. From the home page, you'll choose the second menu option from the left, which is Prospective Students. This is a drop-down menu, and you want the first option, which is Apply. From this page, you can select Application for Admission to be directed to the Slate application portal. If this is your first time using the Slate application portal, you'll want to look under First Time Users and then select Create an Account to start a new application. From this registration page, you'll enter your information and then continue to create an account. Be sure to choose an email address that you check regularly. Once we've reached an admissions decision for you, you'll be notified via that email address so that you can look at the decision in Slate. If you aren't new to Slate and you've used it before, you'll go to Returning Users and click Login to continue with your current login information. Now that you've created your account, you can log in and begin your application. As you might expect, the first step is to click the blue Start New Application link in the middle of the white screen. I already have an application started, so I'm going to click on the blue text reading Graduate School to the left side so that I can continue editing. My next step is to select Open Application, which will take me to the same instruction page you'll see as you start a new application. Along the left side of the menu, you'll see the different sections of the application that we'll need to complete. The first one that we'll begin with is UK History. In this section, the application is asking questions to determine if you've ever been affiliated with UK, either as a student or employee. If you have ever been a student or employed here, enter your student or employee ID number or your LinkBlue username. Doing so allows the graduate school to connect the application to your previous or current file so you don't end up with a duplicate entry in the system. Once you've answered the questions, click on Continue to go to the next section. In the About You section, you'll provide your full name, mailing address, permanent address, email, and demographic information. Please double check that all information is accurate and does not contain any typos. The information entered here is the basis for your student record, so accuracy is important. When you reach the Citizenship Information section, new sections may appear depending on your answers. Domestic applicants include U.S. citizens and permanent residents. All other applicants are considered international applicants. U.S. citizens will provide their state of legal residence and social security number. Permanent residents will provide the same information along with their permanent resident card number and primary citizenship. If you are an international applicant, you will be asked to provide your country and city of birth as well as your visa status. Again, once you have completed this page, at the bottom, make sure to hit the Continue button. Once you've completed the personal information sections above, you will start entering in information about your intended program and then previous academic work. In Plan of Study, start with Online or On Campus and choose Online for either of our master's degrees and if you're returning to complete classes for the School Library Media Certification. In Applicant Category, you will choose Master's Degree if you are applying to the ICT or LIS master's degrees, including new school librarian program students. If you have already completed your Master of Science in Library Science and are returning just to take classes for School Library Media Certification, you will choose External Certification. Under Program, if you are applying for the MSLS program or External Certification, choose Library Science. If you are applying for the ICT program, choose Information Communication Technology. For entry term, choose whichever semester you want to be considered for admission. For Library Science Masters and External Certification, we admit students in the fall, spring, and summer terms. ICT students can begin in fall or spring. The graduate school usually has at least 2 to 3 terms available at any given time. If you don't see your preferred start term yet, wait a week or two and check back. Sometimes the application cycle for that semester hasn't begun yet. In education history, please provide information and transcripts for all institutions at which you've earned at least 15 credit hours, even if those credits appear on the transcript where you earned a degree. Processing of your application will be delayed if we or the graduate school need to reach out to request additional records. To begin, select the blue text reading "Add your school." Answer the question about location of the institution to access other fields. As you type in the name of the institution, the portal will narrow down the list. Choose the correct institution and then enter the rest of the information required, which includes level of study, area of study, start and end dates, whether or not you've earned that degree or credential, the location country, your GPA, and the institution's website. At the end, you'll be asked to upload your transcript. For the application, unofficial student transcripts are acceptable as long as they include your name, the institution's name, your grades, and your cumulative GPA. If your unofficial transcript does not include all of that information, you will need to send in an official transcript and upload a placeholder document in the application. If you will need to order an official transcript, please choose an electronic delivery method if possible, and send it directly to the graduate school at gradtranscripts@uky.edu. If you can only send it through regular postal mail, please mail it to University of Kentucky, Graduate Admissions, 202 Gillis Building, Lexington, Kentucky, 40506-0033. You'll know that you've successfully entered your education history when you can see the degrees listed under the education history section, as you can see here. The next section will ask about test scores. We do not require submission of GRE scores for admissions to the master's program in library science or information communication technology, or for students returning for external certification for school library media, but you can certainly include them if you've taken the exam. International students are expected to complete the IELTS, TOEFL, or Duolingo exams and provide scores. The graduate school's website provides the minimum scores for admission for each test. If you don't have any scores to report, you can skip this section and move on to the next, which is recommendations. To enter the information for each of your recommendation providers, select the blue Add New Text, which will open a new window. While only a few sections are required, please provide as much information as you can about each person. Also, double check that their email address is correct, as that is what Slate will use to send them the recommendation form link. Once you've added in everything, click on Send to Recommender in the bottom left corner. Then repeat this step for each individual. We require 3 letters of recommendation and will accept any combination of academic and professional references. If you have been out of school for some time, 3 professional references are perfectly fine. The final section is supplemental materials. You'll see quite a few options, some of which we use and some of which we don't. Most of the graduate programs at UK share the same application portal, so this section includes space for the requirements of each program. For library science, external certification, and ICT, every applicant needs to submit a current resume or CV and a personal statement. The personal statement should discuss 2 topics in approximately 200 to 300 words. First, why do you want to go into the profession and what are your professional goals? And second, why is our program at UK a good fit for your professional goals and other needs? We do not require a writing sample, though you can include one if you would like to. Like the writing sample, you can also leave the alternative score upload section blank. If your final undergraduate or graduate GPA was below our 3.0 minimum, you should write and attach a GPA statement in the additional information section. In that statement, please discuss the circumstances that led to the lower GPA and why you now feel prepared to succeed in a graduate program. You need only include however much information you feel comfortable sharing with the individuals reviewing your application. There is no minimum or maximum length requirement. Writing the statement does not guarantee admission, but it does provide the reviewers with more context as they consider your application. Before you leave this page, make sure to view each document you've uploaded to check that it is the correct one. You will not be able to update these documents after submitting the application. The section after supplemental materials is signature, where you will type your full legal name to agree to the statement confirming that the information in your application is complete and accurate. The final page of the application is review. And as the message on the page states, you should check your application before clicking on Finalize and Pay, as you will not be able to edit or change your application once you leave this screen. The next page will ask you to enter in payment information to submit the application fee. If your payment is successful, you will be redirected to the Payment Received page. From here, you can click on the blue Return to Status on the left side. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at sis@uky.edu. We look forward to seeing your application soon.